Yo, what's going on, guys? Today I'm going to be going over the MLB slate on DraftKings for Monday, July the 1st. We just got a 5-game main slate for Monday today, and it's a pretty gross slate. Pitching's really bad. Our most expensive option is Mike Minor. He's in a really less than ideal matchup against the Angels, so that just kind of shows you how bad pitching is today. And then the next most expensive option is Logan Allen at 9,200. So not the best slate, probably just going to be playing a lot lighter than I normally do, just because I don't like a lot of the pitching and I don't feel good about a lot of the hitters I'm going to be rostering today. But I'll be sure to break it all down, where I feel like I'm going to be going, who I'm going to be rostering today, the stacks I'm going to be going to, the hitters I like, pitchers I like, and then we'll look at some BVP plays as well towards the end of the video. But before we do get started, guys, I would appreciate it if you would drop a like on the video, and if you are new to the channel, make sure you click that subscribe button down below, so that way you won't miss out on any of my new videos. So at the top of the pitcher player pool today, like I said, Mike Minor is our most expensive option. He's 10,500 pitching at home against the Angels. Mike Minor has been really good this year. You just look at the game logs, very consistent, giving you pretty much 15 to 20 DraftKings points as like his floor. As of late, he's had some really good outings, really good spots as well. He got to face Detroit through a complete game with 7 Ks, 34 DraftKings points. Against Cleveland, 8 innings, 4 Ks, 24 DK points. Against Cincy, 6 1/3 with 6 strikeouts. Did give up 2 home runs in that start, but 19 DK points. Minor's been really good this year, but this is a tough spot against the Angels. The Angels don't really strike out much. They have some decent hitters in their lineup as well. Now that they have Justin Upton back, it's a little bit of a more dangerous lineup. Tommy La Stella leading off has been a much better hitter this year. Obviously, Trout is great. Ohtani's really good. Upton's a good hitter. Calhoun, not as good versus lefties, but still has some power. Albert Pujols, not the best hitter, but he doesn't really strike out. Same can be said for Andrelton Simmons. Renfrigo and Lucroy aren't great hitters, but I just don't really like this spot for Mike Minor. The matchup's tough. It's a bad ballpark as well. I do like hitters in this game just because of the hitting environment. Globe Life Park, where the Rangers play, is one of the more hitter-friendly parks, especially during the summer when it's hot, and it's going to be 89 degrees tomorrow with 54% humidity. So pretty good hitting weather. Don't have a lot of interest in the pitching. Even though Mike Minor is our most expensive option today, I don't feel like I'm going to be rostering him that much. I would much rather just play Logan Allen in a really good spot at home against the Giants. Logan Allen has made 2 starts this year with the Padres, one against the Brewers and one against the Orioles. Against the Brewers, he went 7 innings, allowed 3 hits, no runs, got 5 strikeouts, 26 DraftKings points, and then his last start against the Orioles went 6 innings, allowed 8 hits, 2 runs, got 5 strikeouts, 17 DK points. Now he gets to face a really good matchup against a really bad Giants team. A Giants team that's just not good offensively, doesn't have a lot of good hitters in the lineup. You just look up and down this lineup, a lot of easy outs, low total for the Giants, 3.8 implied run total. Pretty good pitcher's park as well in Petco. Pretty good pitching environment, pitching weather, 70 degrees, pretty cool. I do like some pitchers in this game, specifically Logan Allen. I don't mind Samardzija, but I would much rather play Logan Allen today, 9,200. If this was like a 14 or 15 game slate, I would not be playing Logan Allen at 9,200, but it's a 5-game slate. Our options are really limited. He definitely stands out as one of the better options to pay up for at 9,200. And then once you get past him, there's not a lot that I love. Trevor Williams is in a really tough spot against the Cubs. Same can be said for Tyler Mahle. I mentioned Samardzija. I think Samardzija is definitely playable against the Padres, but he would not be my favorite option. Would much rather go a little bit cheaper and go to a guy like Ryan Yarbrough. Yarbrough is expected to be the long reliever for the Rays today. It looks like Ryan Stanek is going to open the game, and then Yarbrough is going to pitch like the bulk of the innings. He's probably going to go about 5 or 6 innings. And he does get a really good matchup against the Orioles. He's also very cheap at 6,500. Yarbrough has a very nice price today if he's going to be able to throw, 70, 80 pitches. Last time he pitched was on the 27th, so he pitched 4 days ago, and he threw 42 pitches. I would imagine that he's able to go probably 70, 80 pitches here. Might even be able to go 90. You just look in his game log, he went 90 pitches against the Angels, then he pitched 5 days later, through 3 innings against the Yankees. Then he pitched 5 days later through 6 innings, and then in his last outing against Minnesota, he threw 3 innings. So it looks like he's going to be the bulk man. He's going to throw about 5 or 6 innings if he's pitching really well. I don't expect him to only go like 3 innings. I don't think he's going to go that short or have that short of an outing. I imagine he goes 90 pitches if he can. If you just read right here, Yarbrough is expected to serve as the Rays' bulk reliever for Monday's game against the Orioles. He missed out on his normally scheduled outing as a starter/bulk reliever during the past week after he was needed late in Thursday's 18-inning game. So that's why he pitched in Minnesota, because that game went to 18 innings. They really didn't have anyone else who could pitch. So that's why Yarbrough threw 40 pitches in that game. Looks like he'll be able to go as deep as he can, probably 70, 80 pitches, like I said. So really like him here at home in a really good ballpark against a very bad Orioles team. Ryan Yarbrough looks like a very good play at just 6,500. Now once you get past Yarbrough, there's not much that I love. This Cubs pitcher, Aloise, I'm not sure how to say his name. I don't think he's someone I want to play over Yarbrough. Yarbrough's only 100 more. Would much rather go to Yarbrough, but you can definitely consider him at 6,400 against the Pirates. It's not the best spot, but it is a really good ballpark. The Pirates lineup definitely has some easy outs when you get towards the bottom of the lineup. There's some tough outs at the top, like Kevin Newman's been great this year. He's been hitting the ball really well. Starling Marte's a pretty good hitter. Josh Bell's a great hitter. But once you get past those few guys, like Dickerson hasn't been that great this year. Adam Frazier has not been that great. Jacob Stallings not that great of a hitter. Then you got the pitcher down there. 4.7 total for the Pirates, which is one of the lower on the slate right now. So don't mind going to Adbert Aloise if you want to, but would rather play Yarbrough just straight up for 100 more. But I think that's probably it. I don't think I'm going to be going to Adrian Hauser against the Reds. Just don't really like that spot. Obviously, you're not going to be considering Ryan Stanek. So that's it for pitching for me today. Mostly going to be going to Allen, Yarbrough, Aloise, and then maybe a little bit of Samardzija and a little bit of Mike Minor. But a lot of my pitching ownership is going to go to those 3 guys, Allen, Yarbrough, and Aloise, or as Adbert Alzole, however you say that. But let's go ahead and look at some hitters for today. So there's a couple spots I really like. One of the spots I really like is the Brewers' 5 implied run total versus Tyler Mahle in Great American Ballpark. It's expected to be 86 degrees, very humid and very hot, 63% humidity. So very good hitting weather here. It's a great hitter's ballpark as well. Tyler Mahle is definitely a guy that you can attack with lefties. And the Brewers have so many good left-handed hitters: Grandal, Yelich, Moustakas, Thames, all great versus right-handed pitching. Really like Yelich and Moustakas. Yelich is expensive, but since there's really no expensive pitching to pay up for, it should be pretty easy to fit him in. Same can be said for Mike Moustakas at 5K. But when you go with like Yarbrough as your SP2 at 6,500, that gives you plenty of salary to pay up for these guys. So not much needs to be said here with Yelich and Moustakas. They're just great hitters versus right-handed pitching. They have a ton of power. Yelich is probably the best hitter in the league right now, 29 home runs, just been crushing the ball this year. Mike Moustakas is also having a great year, showing a lot of power with 23 home runs on the year. It's a really good hitter's park. They're facing the right-handed pitcher who struggles with lefties, and Tyler Mahle. Mahle definitely prone to blowing up, so love going to these Brewers bats, and I love Kane and Moustakas. Whether you're stacking the full stack in the Brewers, or if you just want like a 2-man stack, I think you can definitely go to these 2 guys. But then another spot I do like is the Rangers versus Jose Suarez. So lately, Jose Suarez has not been that good. We'll look at his game log real quickly. Not sure why he's 8,500. That feels like a really big overprice. You just look at the game logs lately. Hasn't really been doing much. His start against Seattle, he made 2 starts against Seattle, gave up 3 runs, 2 runs in that start, gave up a home run in both of those starts. Then he faced Tampa Bay, went 5 2/3, allowed 3 runs and a home run. And then in his last start against the Blue Jays, he gave up 5 runs and 3 home runs through 5 innings. He's been really struggling lately. This is definitely a guy that we can attack, especially in this ballpark against this Rangers team that does have some power versus lefties. Delano DeShields doesn't have much power, but I really like him leading off. He's dirt cheap. He's only 3,800. He does have a lot of speed, although he doesn't have power. If he gets on base, he can steal bases. And Suarez really hasn't been able to get strikeouts. That's one of the things that DeShields does struggle with, is striking out a lot. But like I said, Suarez doesn't get many strikeouts. DeShields, if he can get on base, can steal bases, probably doesn't hit you a home run here, but does give you upside on the base pads. Really like him leading off at 3,800. Feels like a really good just point per dollar value play today. But if you do want to target the guys with power, like Danny Santana, Elvis Andrus, even though it's lefty-lefty, Joey Gallo feels like a really good play. Logan Forsythe gives you some value at just 3,600. There's a lot of lefties in this Rangers lineup, which I don't like, but the 4 or 5 righties you have with Forsythe, Andrus, Santana, DeShields, those guys are definitely in play for me. I'm very interested to see what the total is for this game. Right now, as I'm recording this video, we don't have totals on this game. I imagine the Rangers total, probably both teams probably going to have over a 5 implied run total just because of how good the hitting conditions are. But that's it for my 5 plays today for DraftKings. Let's go ahead and talk about some stacks now, then we'll look at some BVP before we end the video. So my favorite stack today is the Brewers here. Love the Brewers versus Tyler Mahle. Also going to be loading up on some Rangers bats versus Jose Suarez in that really good hitting weather and in that really good hitter's ballpark. But some other teams you can target, definitely like some of the Angels versus Mike Minor, especially if Minor is going to get a lot of ownership today just because there's no other pitchers to really target. I think going to guys like Mike Trout, Justin Upton, Ohtani, even La Stella, Simmons, and Pujols give you some value. There's some Angels that I don't mind taking versus Mike Minor, but I do prefer the Rangers side. And then, like I said, I really like the Brewers. I think the Reds are also in play versus Adrian Hauser, but they're going to be more of a secondary stack behind the 2 teams I mentioned. Once we get a starter announced for the Orioles, I think that's going to play a big role in the slate because the Orioles just don't have a lot of good starters. So whoever they're going to be rolling out there is probably going to be pretty bad. So the Rays potentially could be a stack we want to go to. Not the best hitter's park, but you do have a lot of cheap bats in this Rays lineup. They could definitely be a stack we look to target. It's probably going to be like John Means or Yacobonis. Probably one of them is going to wind up starting just because they haven't pitched in a while. I think it was supposed to be Dylan Bundy pitching, but his start got moved back to Tuesday. He won't be starting today. But I think that's it for stacks, guys. Let's go ahead and talk about some BVP now before we end the video. So we got 5 BVP plays today, starting off with Anthony Rizzo. He's gone 4 for 15 with a home run off of Trevor Williams. Kyle Schwarber has gone 5 for 15 with 2 home runs off of Trevor Williams. Jonathan Lucroy 5 for 16 with the home run off Mike Minor. Eric Hosmer 5 for 17 with the home run off Jeff Samardzija. And lastly, Manny Machado 5 for 11 with 2 home runs off of Jeff Samardzija. So those are all the BVP plays that I got for today, guys. I think that is it for this video. Hopefully you did enjoy this video, and hopefully it did help you. If you enjoyed, make sure you click that like button down below, and make sure you subscribe if you have not already. And if you do have any questions, feel free to leave them down in the comment section below, or like always, you can hit me up on Twitter at the DFS_GOAT. If you do have any questions, feel free to message me on Twitter. But yeah, guys, that's pretty much it. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. I hope you enjoyed, and we will see you in the next one. Good luck tonight. Peace.